Hi, it's Karina from Boldare. We are starting the last part of our What Next After Code Audit webinar. In the 3 previous parts, we covered sustainability, risk management, and technical debt. Now we will talk about success stories. Mateusz, the stage is yours.
We had the pleasure to do some code audits in our past. In this section, we would like to share with you some success stories. We would like to share with you about challenges of application we had, what improvements we proposed, and what has been achieved thanks to close cooperation with the CTO business and development team. Anya, it's your turn.
I'm really pleased with my current project. It's a LMS platform for a customer from the United States who had purchased the application over a year ago. We only did an internal audit without any official document, and the results showed us that the biggest challenge is a small number of users and old versions of framework and dependencies. After that, we have been working according to the assumptions described in the previous parts of the presentation. We began by implementing a single sign-on, connecting the application to their CRM. That simplified an access to the application and allowed their users to skip registration process. The second step was an upgrade of our framework and version of PHP to keep all up to date. There were a lot of automated tests which allowed us to proceed smoothly without any problems and with a short turnover. Beyond that, we were mostly focused on small features and improvements, and we were pleased to note that their number of users have been constantly growing. In fact, they have already achieved their sales target for the year, and we are preparing the application for scaling with a load balancer.
Okay, so my example is reporting system for a customer from the USA. After our workshops before code audit, we discovered 2 main problems. Reports generating takes a lot of time, around 40 seconds per report, and estimates for new integrations and reports are big, around 10 days per report or per one integration. After the code audit, we found some major and minor issues with the code, but the most important things was local development setup with README is not maintained, and to filter and fetch data from database application uses ORM system without proper indexes. We prepared plan to pay off the technical debt for short and long term. As a first thing, we proposed to introduce Docker to the application. So we use Docker containers on local environments and on the continuous integration as well. Because of that, we don't need to keep in mind README with information how to set up the local environment. We have one command to do it, and we use the same setup on all of the environments. The second proposition was to change querying mechanism on the application. For the short term, we started with materialized views, and preparing materialized views is detached in the console command and executing at the night. So results after the first phase is reports generating time from 40 seconds to around 1.5 seconds. So it means new way of fetching data is 26 times faster than previous. And introducing Docker setup helps to do the first commit from 3 days at the beginning to the first day commit approach. It means the new way allows us to save 2 days. For long-term approach is to move our application from database-centric to more flexible approaches like event sourcing and common query responsibility segregation, where we don't need to focus how to prepare database structure to be fast for read and write operations, but we are focusing on that one thing at a time, and the solution can be adapted to the context, what kind of data we want to display for the users, and what kind of integration do we want to do with the third parts.
Right. Success story from my side. I had a pleasure to work for a product which was already made. So it was actually a customer-facing web portal, and we had an opportunity to add a mobile application up to that. So the biggest problem for us was the amount of stuff we had to put into such an application and lack of time. So we had only 6 weeks to basically recreate everything the web application had and just putting it into the mobile app. So a shortage of time. And it happened that we had to scale the team very rapidly. So we almost doubled the team at that moment. But we made also a code audit for it. So, and this audit allowed us to pinpoint some issues there, mainly about like the release flow, the deployment pipeline this application had. So we had to change it up. But once we changed it up, it actually allowed us to scale this app very efficiently and apply very, let's say, aggressive development on it, so we could develop it really, really fast. And we've seen effects from the first sprints. So looking at the previous velocity of the team, we actually doubled it within the next sprint after applying these changes, which weren't like, these changes weren't very severe. These were just minor improvements to what happened there. And to this day, both of these applications are developed together, and currently the company scaled so much that there are 5 development teams working on it. And this is like the effect of indirect effect of what we did then. It also has a steadily increasing and very healthy user base. So we came to an end of our webinar. Let's just quickly summarize it. So we said that sustainability is the key. It is complex, but it's critical to have a successful digital product. It's important to focus on all of the areas we discussed, not just only on one, because each one of them is as important as the other. When we face issues, a well-prioritized product backlog can help with managing risks that can occur from these issues. And talking about technical debt, in order to deal with it, the most important thing is to like identify the issues that like are a debt, a technical debt to us. Let's just measure them and act accordingly in order to not get into more trouble in the future. Yeah, so thank you for watching our webinar series, What After Code Audit. We hope that the information from all the series will be useful for your business.
Any questions regarding the webinar, I would like to find out how Boldare can help your business, you can contact us at hello@boldare.com. We assure you that we will answer all your queries promptly. Thank you.